Coming of age. Ladies and gents, this improv story is based on an idea. A man decides to give busking a go, and it's in the genre of a coming of age kind of story. You're kind of your breakfast club, you're kind of all these things where somebody is going for being like a kind of childish sort of way into just slightly into your kind of mid or later sort of teens and realising, you know, sort of growing up a wee bit and going, oh God, is this what life's all about? Coming of age, I think. Let the story commence. There was a boy called Craig. Is the connection alright? Is it? It's saying red and it's saying 38. Is it alright? A wee F there? Aye. What is that? I'll just ignore it. Right. There was a boy called Craig, and he said to his Dad, I'm gonna... am I good at singing? And he started singing. And he was like this. And his dad went, pretty good singing if you were a cat. He went, oh, Dad, I hate you. I hate you, Dad. And the boy ran away from home. He was then on... He got on one of the trains, kind of like in America, freight train sort of thing they call it in America, you know, kind of, what do you call it? And he opened one of the doors, and he got in. And he sort of went like that. Had his wee knapsack thing on the what do you call it? On the, whatever it is, you know, on the stick. The wee stick with the kind of wee knapsack thing. A box car. He was in that. He thought he was alone. And then... You're very young. You're very young, to be honest. Being in a box car. Who's there? It was dark. A match. It's an old face. Her name's Boxcar Willie. Forget about accents, by the way. This is impressionist. Her name's Boxcar Willie. You heard of Boxcar Willie? No? You won't care about that joke then. My name's John. What are you doing out here? This isn't the place for you. And wee Craig, who was only... He was about... He's kind of wee, but he wasn't like wee. He was like 13. Went, I hate my dad. He sucks major ass. And Boxcar Johnny went like that. I heard a dance once. I can't remember the accent I was doing. I had a dad once. Wish I could have him back. Do you miss him? Wish I could have him back so fucking slice fucking throat for there to there. What he did to me. What did he do? He once said I wasn't good at singing. And I am. And Craig went, that's exactly what's happened to me. Just then, the train stopped in the middle of nowhere. Door got pulled back in a boxcar. Get off! The period! Get off the period! They had to get off. Johnny Boxcar John went like that. Run, son! Run! If they catch you, they'll eat you. So they started running. They eventually got to a wee, that walking all night, until it was the break of dawn, and then it was a Saturday morning, and eventually they got to a wee village in England. That's how far he travelled. This wee guy was for Glasgow. Craig was for Glasgow. They got to a wee picturesque village in England. What picture postcard? Flowers, gardens, the Garden of England, that kind of place. We kind of like the Hussies, or, you know what I mean, like fucking Agatha Christie, wee sort of place like that. Lovely looking wee place. And then people were looking at them like that. Who are they? Oh, I say, they're a bit rough to be here. Hello, we're from the Christian Society. Do you need some help? We're all right, you don't need any help. Fuck off. No way. Yes. Could I have some food, please? And some... We need a blanket. I never needed anybody's help. You kind of remind me of me, in a way. So the woman took him away and said, so what brings you here? You sound Scottish, if you don't mind me saying, and hope that's not rude. No, it's not at all. I'm not really that Scottish. Yeah, just travelled down. Get away from my dad, who sucks major bum. Sorry, I'm in a place of God. This isn't a place of God. I'm a person of God, but this is just a community centre. This is not a church. Now, what about you? What's your name? She said to John. I've not got a fucking name. Fuck off, you cunt. And you know what wee Craig did? He did something he's never done in his life. He fucking slapped John. And he went, don't you speak to a woman like that. And the woman went, that's quite all right. We've had a few angry people in here. Listen, do you two have a talent at all? We have a talent contest tonight. Would you like to come along, be an audience, or do something, maybe tell a joke? It's something we have every month, and you've come along at just the right time. He went, no, we're away now. Come on, Craig, we're out here. And Craig went, yeah, I can sing. And John went away like that. As if he's like gone away by himself. And so can he! And John went, me? Think? So they rehearsed and John kept geeing up. And Craig kept going like that. You can do this, man. And he went, I don't want to sing in any stupid fucking God shit. I belong in the street. That's where I grew up. That's where I apply my trade. No these fucking God bothers. Bah. And he ran away. He ran away for Craig. Craig ran after him and went, well, listen. We don't have to do it at the competition. Let's go in the street and busk. I'm not a fucking beggar, son. Might be many things, but I'm not that. But I'm not a beggar. I'm too proud to beg. But it's not begging. You're entertaining people. It's like a job. And they did something terrible. They went back to the place and stole the equipment. Stole the equipment. The mic and all that. But see, to get it all plugged in, they actually had to have it connected to the plug. So they have the socket. So they had a big long cable coming all the way out. And they busked outside. So they started singing. What was singing? Because I used to love her, but it's so... And he's like, I know this one. I know this one. My dad used to play this. Is this... It's All Over Now by, like... Is it the Stone Roses or the... The Rolling Stones, son. And he started singing it. And he sang another song and people started gathering around. And Craig was singing. He couldn't sing. But John filled in. You don't know much about music theory, right? But see when Craig hit a wrong note, which happened a lot, John did the inverse note. And it kind of reverses the polarity. It's like a kind of Star Trek thing. It turns it around. You can actually magnetise a note. So if somebody sings a wrong note, you can bring a note, instead of up there, you can bring it down here and it pulls it down. It gives the illusion. It's to do with the waveforms. It's actually science and stuff like that. It's the waveforms. Do you remember in science in school, you got the wee thing that made the waves in the water? And then if you've got another one, if two waves, two peaks hit each other, they become double. Two troughs hit each other, become double. It does it like that, but it changes basically the frequency of the note into a new frequency. If you can get it at just the right fucking time. And John had been like spending tons of time in the dark in his boxcars working out the fucking science it, man. It's amazing. It's an illusion. It's mad. It's a mad fucking really, really hard technique. Don't bother looking it up. If you look it up in Wikipedia, it'll take you to another thing. You'll go like, what does that mean? That'll take you to another thing. And then in that, there'll be something that you don't know. Another thing. You'll just get lost and you won't remember why you went searching. And you could end up in some pretty fucking dark pages on the internet. So don't bother. Because John had did that in his mind while searching for this knowledge. It fucked his head up. And he couldn't return to normal life, whatever that is. That's why he was in the boxcars all the time. He could have got out and went back to his family, but it fucked his head up. Working out this theory, and knew he could use it to help his boy. And this boy, and Craig knew this, helped John. And they were singing. And they were fucking amazing. A crowd gathered around them. A big crowd. And as Craig was singing each of these songs, he was thinking, this is another song that I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for my dad playing this music in the house. Oh my God, I know this one. How did I know this? And honestly, they just kept singing. They weren't even looking at the money. They looked down. Bags of fucking money. Tons of money. You've never seen this much money in your life, not even on the telly. Tons of it. Looked down, looked up. And who was standing there? Like that, with arms folded. That woman. The Christian, kind of Christian helper. And she was like that. Bravo! And everybody started clapping, and she said, you have won. To Craig. And Craig got a wee kind of like medal thing and all that, right? And he turned around. John wasn't there. John was in the distance like that. Walking away. And Craig went, I want you to take this, John. Couldn't hear him, too far away. John! John! John couldn't hear him because his hearing was fucked. See, when you spend that long sleeping on the flare of a boxcar on a train, the vibrations fuck with your ears. Couldn't hear. So Craig had to go like that to somebody that was kind of near him. And somebody like that. They actually thought that John, because he was a bit rough and certain prejudices, people acting a certain way, they thought that John had stolen something. So when Craig was going like that, fucking jumped, they jumped John and fucking started punching fuck at him. Well, no! And Craig ran at him. And John was lying there. He was alright. He went, nothing I've not had before. I was nothing. Not his son. And Craig went, it looked damn sore. It's okay to cry. And John went, what you've went through looks damn sore. It's okay to cry. Kind of reflected it back to him with a different meaning. And Craig was like, oh, I'm not sore, pain. And John went like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Did all that shit. Two of them, but the two of them did it at the same time. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And when both of them reached each other, they both went like, it's not your fault. Both voices merged into one because they'd been singing together so well. Gave each other a cuddle and went, oh my God. And then the woman came out from nowhere and went like that. Take this money. Take this money. Use it to better yourself. And John went, okay. No fucking about there. John was the fucking stupid. We think John was going to go out here, Craig, you take it. You're fucking stupid. Aye, give me that. And then he said to Craig, what have you learned, son, with this journey? What have you learned? I've learned that I'm a really good singer. Who am I kidding? I'm shit. You were doing all the notes for me. You were doing the reversing the polarity music theory thing, weren't you? And John went, I think you've came of age. And it's time for you to know the truth about how the world works. Aye, I was. And Craig went, no, why did you have to tell me that? And John went, no, but you were. He went, I'm only kidding. I don't care. Because this journey I'm on, it's got me to appreciate my dad more. And then the police came and went, we hear there's a boy that's went missing and say, you come with us. And who's this? Is this a relative? No, but I'm travelling with him. No, come on. And that was it. That was the last he saw John. That's that. Back up the road, train up, police escort. Back in the house. And his dad was like, I'm sorry, son. And then he said, I'm sorry. He said to Craig, I'm sorry for... He said to John, he said to his dad, sorry. That's what he said. He actually called him John. You know, sometimes you would call a teacher mum. Mum, he accidentally called his dad John. I missed you, John. Dad. Who's John? And he told him all about it. And his dad said, I'm going to try and be mayor like John. And Craig went, thank you. He said, do you want to sing? Will we try singing together? And they sang, and you know what? They were terrible. They were terrible. Craig knew it, and his dad knew it, and his dad agreed to be called John from that point on. And so they would go out busking, and they knew they were terrible because his dad couldn't do the reversing the polarity thing. And they were terrible, but they didn't care because they were father and son, and they had such an absolute ball. And you know what? They didn't get a penny. They didn't get a penny. But they were actually out of pocket. The money that it cost to get into the city centre. And then back again. And also get lunch while they were there. They were actually out of pocket by about £25 each time. But it was worth it. £25 a week to keep our father and son relationship healthy. I think it's you can't pay for that. It just gives you peace of mind, madam. Just gives you peace of mind. You know, if you want to sign up for the damage and just accidental damage cover, just gives you peace of mind, you know, the end. Thanks, everybody. What do you mean, what? I've not lost the plot. No lazy fucking ending. Stupid fucking non-sub telling me about fucking laziness. Christ Angle. What a performance. S. McG, thanks for the subs. Thanks, everybody. So all walked out as an epilogue. As an epilogue. John, what happened to him? I'll tell you. He's the guy that broke Bezos' heart. What that fucking dough, man. Bezos, well, I gee up, man. I'll never be able to catch up. Fucking minted. Minted. Just Entropy, thanks to 200 bits. But just like to say, inverting the polarity would cancel out the frequency and make it silent. No. Just Entropy, I'm using that in a kind of just a casual sort of way. It's more complicated. You don't do exactly the reverse of the polarity. You sort of go a wee bit out of phase, and it's a kind of slightly different frequency, and it changes it into a new pitch. Thank you. Polarity shift, that's right, Matthew the case. It's called a polarity shift. I've not got the time to fucking explain everything. Johnny, thanks for the sub. Like a chorus effect? Well, no. It's hard to explain. It's basically the technique. It's kind of like, it's sort of like, if I can just bring that down a wee bit more. This, do I need to? Oh, fuck! I can't tighten that anymore. I'm gonna have to unscrew that. It's kind of the. We were talking about it before. Yeah, pinch harmonic. That That really high bit. That's apparently hard as fuck today. That's like science. Not really. LSR, nobody has been able to repeat that. See that, like almost like a fucking, like a bullet ricocheting off a motor that's skidding sound. Nobody's been able to do it. That note, nobody's been able to do it. It's not that hard. Nobody's been able to do it. He can't even do it again. Is he dead? Did he just die? Is that why I looked him up? Aye. He died just October last year. Here's one thing I don't get. How come he's Eddie Van Halen and he had a band called Van Halen and it had Dave Lee Roth singing. I'm not saying, oh, can he not sing? How come he's like that, right? And he's got like fucking, what, Jump? Da, 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 da. Can you think of any bit in that song but it's got this amazing guitar solo? Has it? The bridge does. Is it a kind of da 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 before it goes da 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 da? Aye bits. Does he? It doesn't seem like that's one song out of the catalogue. What's your point? Sorry, Jay. Jay Steader says, what's your point? That's one song out of the catalogue. Okay, let's get back to my puzzle game. Okay, somebody's a wee bit... Okay, maybe offended somebody there. Okay. What's your point? I'm fucking sick of this. What's your point? That's one song.